Welcome back, friends, to the zombie apocalypse. I'm Juniper, and today here in Project Zomboid, we are over here on the west side of the mall, and we're going to take care of some business in this area. Can't go back to the hotel, not the hotel. I guess we could go back to the hotel. We can't go back to the apartment building that we were at yesterday because of my new rule, which is not going back to the same place a couple of times, or 2 days in a row, which is really all about making sure we avoid those fake dead zombies. This is another one of those bugged out zombies. It must be something about this combination of underpants, I guess. What happens if I... Weird. Whatever. Some sort of visual bug with the way the zombies render. I bet it's an authentic Z bug. I bet it's not a bug with the actual game. Because those, it's the second time that blue sort of zombie whatever has shown up in our game. So my suspicion would be that it is authentic Z related. Since authentic Z does a lot of different changes to the outfits that the zombies can have. There's our 750 alarm. I went ahead and did check the footage from last episode to see what time we got our first notification of the helicopter. And the 7 o'clock alarm, or the 7 o'clock weather report did not say anything about the helicopter, while the 8 o'clock one did. So, going back to our normal 8 o'clock alarm for helicopter. I'm not checking it now because it can't happen in game right now. But going forward, we'll have our 7:50 alarm instead of 6:50. We'll get to sleep in a little bit longer, which isn't really accurate because Teresa Day here is wakeful. It's one of the traits that this character has, which means that as long as I go to sleep by midnight, I'm always gonna be up and about by 8, by a large margin. I think she slept 4.5 hours the last night in game, maybe 5. I don't remember. Obviously, it varies, but the bed with the good rest effectiveness and the wakeful trait really combine to mean that Teresa Day spends very little time sleeping. All right. So what's the plan? We're just gonna bum around here. Try to avoid the zombie corpses best we can, and clean things up. We haven't done a very good, thorough job in this area. There's a lot of nooks and crannies where zombies could be hanging out that I haven't dealt with yet, in part because of my impatience to push into the hardware store there. We didn't actually do a thorough clear of any of these buildings, and it's kind of been... It hasn't been the best, if you know what I mean. We've set ourselves up for some more challenging times. Oh, look. This is an authentic Z zombie with blue female zombie skin. I bet this is... Maybe this is supposed to be that zombie we saw earlier? I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it there. This zombie skin does look different than this one. I don't know. I do not know. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna clean up this big L-shaped building here. I think it's beyond time for us to do a more thorough sweep, given just how close this area is to where we are living. I think we already went through this one. It does sound pretty quiet. Got some scary dressing rooms to test or to check out here. Fortunately, I think these are all empty. Yeah. We gotta check. We're doing a thorough empty. Gonna get all the zombies out. Come on, open the door. There you go. A scarf, a balaclava. That's exciting. We really don't need any clothes or anything, so doesn't really matter. If we do need clothes, I know where to come. What do they have here? Formal shirt. Stuff like that. Nothing too important. Besides, we have a whole mall. If we really need clothes, we can go shopping in the mall. Alright, let's see if there's anybody out here along this wall. It's pretty quiet on this side of the mall, fortunately. Let's go ahead and open this door, since we can. That'll give us a secondary exit, an obvious secondary exit once we get to that store. Pretty happy about how quiet it is. Alright, anything in here? Some pens and paper clips? Matches, we don't really need any of that stuff. This looks like an office of some kind. I do hear a zombie though, so we definitely have company. Crossword puzzle. Anything in this office? Newspaper. Pretty boring. A pretty boring office. There must be a break room around the back or something. That's where this zombie that I hear is. Take it nice and cautious, because I hear several. Alright, we have a safe escape route. So I think we're doing okay. Okay, here's a break room. I think we're looking through a window right now. Alright, what's in here? Nobody in here, apart from this mannequin right here. And there's another office. It's also a bathroom, I think. Alright, nobody in the bathroom. Alright, I must be hearing zombies next door. That's okay. Let's check the break room real quick, see if there's anything we need, and then we'll be on our way to the next store. Alright, this one is an unfinished store, as in it's being renovated for some purpose. It's pretty open inside, so it's not quite so scary. However, we know that there are zombies in the area, so we'll do a very slow check through here. Oh, there's tools in here. If we get really lucky, maybe there's a sledgehammer in here. That would be something, wouldn't it? Here are some zombies pretty close. Empty bucket. I wonder if they made the empty bucket out of metal. The model looks like it's a metal bucket instead of a plastic bucket. Which is good because they recently made the change that the plastic bucket or plastic containers, like plastic water bottles, you can't use them to boil water in a campfire. You can only use them in a microwave. Which makes sense. I can't really argue with that one. It does make sense that you can't... Oh, there's the lunge. You can't put a plastic... what would you call it? A plastic container of any sort into a campfire and then have it not melt, you know? So... The bucket was the same way. It was a plastic blue bucket. But based on what I'm seeing, it looks almost like they've replaced the metal bucket or the plastic bucket with a metal bucket, and therefore making it useful again in fires. Which would be a good change. I'd be supportive of that. The buckets are pretty useful. They hold a lot of water. It would make more sense overall to be just like water bottles and stuff that can't go inside of fire pits for water boiling. Means I'll need to get a new model if I ever use the image of the bucket in something. I'll need to grab the metal model. Oh, I think I hear somebody over here. That makes me unhappy. I do not want zombies coming at me from multiple directions. There must have been a whole lot of them in whatever back room that they keep pouring out of. Is that it? Are we done now? Nope, we're not. Okay, that's all right. 2. 2 doesn't worry me too much. Is there more? 3? Yeah. I'm glad I moved back over this way so I had an escape route. And you guys can find me. Figure it out. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of them back there. There must have been a whole bunch of them in that back room. They keep coming. Way more than I anticipated, given how empty the rest of the room was, the rest of the building. I break my crowbar. It's a firefighter. One, two, three, at least. Oh my gosh. Wow, there's a lot of zombies in that little room. This is why you take things slow. You never really know when it's gonna be all of a sudden a ton of zombies in your face. We're just gonna back slowly right out this door. Make sure we don't get caught on the door in the meantime. Fighting in the doorway like that was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done that. This game has a bad habit of having certain items cause collision with the character, so you can't walk through it, but having it not be intuitive. Like broken glass, sometimes broken glass would be impassable when it should be passable, or something along those lines. I could have that assessment slightly wrong. But basically, backing out that door the way I did with 3 zombies in my face was not a good idea. Alright. If you guys can just be the last of it, that would be nice. I think I hear at least a couple more, but I should be able to check this crate finally. And there's going to be nothing useful in it. Trowel and a hammer. Useful in some situations, but not useful right now. Really the only thing that would make this building worthwhile, probably be a sledgehammer. Something tells me I'm not going to find magazines for hunting and trapping in this warehouse. Alright, I see you in there. Come on out. Or not? I don't want to come in there after you. Don't make me do it. Yeah, I see you. Doors and corners is how they get you in this game. Don't forget it. Alright, that's an exit to the outdoors. There must have been a group in this this particular room, or maybe in the room and outside the room, that we just ended up pulling through the building over time. Darn, no sledgehammer. That's the way it goes sometimes. That's okay. We'll go ahead and poke outside here. This garage door's open. There's a couple. Not too bad at all. Oh, we need to deal with our anxiety also. Alright, you're the last one, buddy. Nice. Alright, we're carrying on with the rest of the building after we deal with this guy down here. Come here. Where did you come from? I don't even know. It sounds pretty windy out today in the game here. Wind is quite loud. Alright. Anybody coming? Anybody nearby? Looks like we're good. We're gonna head inside the Kegsplosion, I think is what that says. Kegsplo. Yeah, I think it says Kegsplosion. It's a liquor store. So what that means is there's not going to be anything really useful in here. I could take some more cigarettes, but like we have so many cigarettes, it doesn't matter. There really is no use for cigarettes at all if you're not a smoker. And of course, you know, it depends. There is a use for cigarettes. One of the, there's a cure for a disease that certain farm plants can get. that you can cure with a mixture. The mixture is made using cigarettes. So cigarettes do technically have a use beyond characters with the smoker trait, but it's basically non-existent. Like, hear one. I think they're over here. Alright, I think we're alright. Yeah, it's basically non-existent. Unless your character is a smoker, you should never need cigarettes. If you really want to go into the farming and really do the farming thoroughly, obviously go for it. I'm sure it's pretty interesting and whatnot. You can have fun however you like, of course, but there's really no gameplay need to go into the farming to that depth, to go into the like curing the different diseases that the plants can have. There's no need to do it. You know, just plant more plants. And most of the diseases, they just make the plants grow slower. So, of course, all of this could change with Build 42. Build 42 for the game is in development right now, and they're going to be adding tameable animals or farm animals of some variety to the game. I haven't been keeping up with the development very closely. I've had a lot going on recently, so I haven't been doing a very good job of staying up with the news for this game. Also, the biotech expansion for RimWorld has come out, which has kind of drawn a lot of my attention recently. So, I'm not really up to date with where they're at with Build 42, but I wouldn't surprise me if they change up farming for Build 42. I think they're looking at changing up fishing, which would be good. Fishing needs a rework. We're also getting exerted. So we're going to finish this group off here, and then we're going to go take a break. Oh, and this last straggler. They increase how fast this Moodle animation is, which is fine, but it is different. Onwards. Oh my goodness, where did they all come from? I'm gonna have to be real careful here. One of them looks like it has a new crowbar for me. I don't want to pull that whole group at once, since I've done that too often recently, and I'm tired of making that bad mistake. So we're gonna be a little bit more cautious here. I swear earlier when we were out here, there wasn't anybody over there. Well, that's okay. That's just the way it is sometimes. Wait for a couple of them to see me. Head in my direction. That'll do. Come on over. This one's got a stake in them. Somebody thought they were a vampire instead of a zombie. That's an embarrassing mistake to make. I would say I'm pretty good at telling the difference between a vampire and a zombie. I've seen both of them so often. Sometimes the way groups of zombies move just baffles me. And it's fine. Like, I'm not complaining about it. It's okay. It's not a problem. But it is a little bit confusing. This one's got a kitchen knife in their leg, I think. Nothing we need. It's really only the powerful weapons, like the axe, the katana, the antique armory weapons that I'm really keeping an eye out for. Kitchen knife, yep. Nothing we need from any of these guys. Getting towards the end of the day also. We might not be able to go too much further once we clear out this group. We have to head back. And that's okay. Some days you just make minimal progress. A new crowbar. Alright, we're gonna have to remember that. Well, I say that. We don't have to remember that. We have so many weapons at home, we've overflowed our weapons shelf. But, here we go. We'll take that. We could take the bullets out of here. We got that handled. Now it's time for a snack. We're going to make a fruit salad, apparently. I was doing some cleanup around the base this morning, and we must have picked up some berries in the process. So we'll go ahead and have a fruit for lunch. Oh, this guy crawled under the car. I hate crawling zombies. They're so hard to deal with. Zombies can crawl under cars, by the way. It used to be in the game that they couldn't do that. But they can. There's like a... You can set the percent chance in the sandbox settings, but there's like a 2% chance that zombies will crawl under cars. Snoko getting any grand ideas about blocking off your entire base with cars? It might help, but it's not going to prevent zombies entirely. Unless you change the settings, of course. If you change the settings, obviously, then it will be the way you want it to be, which is fine. That's what I like to see. I like to see the one-shot kills with the crowbar here. If we can just do that every time, that would be great. But alas, that's not going to happen. We are only at strength level 5. Maybe we should start doing exercises. I hate doing exercises. It's just annoying. But it may be time to consider it, honestly. Maybe time to consider some exercises for our character, because I'm getting pretty tired of having low fitness and low strength. The amount of time it takes leveling up those skills is insane. So we'll probably start doing some exercises soon. West Point? I think we have West Point. This group looks a little bit much for me to handle today. One of them has a snow ghillie outfit. Hello, are you coming out of the bank? Did you make a deposit or a withdrawal? This building right here is the bank. Not actually sure how many zombies are gonna pour out of this building. It shouldn't be too many because we've been in this area so much, but what do I know? Could be a whole bunch. I may have just bitten off a little bit more than I could chew. It doesn't look too bad so far. That's a nice looking hat you got there. Summer hat bloody. Take your summer hat. Maybe next summer we'll wear it, if we make it to next summer. A bunch of zombies banging on doors inside of here. There's not too many of them. There's a good amount of them inside. I am pretty happy that we've been able to use the crowbar basically all of today without any issues. I think all of today. I like using the crowbar, but most of the time I end up getting myself into the situation where the crowbar is too slow for me, so I end up falling back on other weapons, which is okay, but I want to level up the crowbar so I don't have to do that. You know, it's kind of a catch-22 situation. Crowbar is too slow at killing zombies, so I can't use it. But the only way to make it faster is to use it, so. Alright. See, this is a great example. You know, I got a good couple of hits on each of them, but it wasn't fast enough. Whereas this hand axe here is very fast, as you can see. Alright, back to the crowbar. What's our skills at here? Long blunt, we're halfway to level 5. That's pretty good. Axes is almost at level 7. Holy cow. We get a boost in axes because we're Axeman. Long blade, we're also almost at level 5. Short blade we leveled up recently, so we're at level 4. That's pretty good. Spears are lowest. I don't really like spears. They're good. Spears are definitely good. They're good weapons. It's also the only craftable weapon you can make that is really any good, just because you can chop down a couple of trees, saw up some logs, and make a bazillion spears. It can be very good to be high level in spears, but it can take a lot of work. It can take an enormous amount of work because, unless you have mods that change it, of course, the base game spears are so easy to break. So easy to break. So when you start out, like let's say you're doing a spears only, like a crafted spears only game, which is certainly possible. A crafted spears only game would be very frustrating because at the beginning you make 100 spears and they all break in 2 hits, you know. Of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit. It would help a lot if you start with high maintenance skill. Actually, you can't. I don't think there is a way to start with high maintenance skill. But you can start with high spears skill, for sure, and build up maintenance. Breaking spears or using spears a lot is a good way to build your maintenance skill anyway, I think. We're just chilling in this car for a second while I gain some more endurance. Actually, I think we'll switch to the Gladius and finish things off for today. I don't feel like sitting in the car for a long time. Just killing some time before we head home for the day. Maybe we'll poke inside. Anything interesting in here? I mean, it's a bank. What use would a bank be in an apocalypse, you know? Got safes behind the desk. Wonder if they've added like cash or something to the safes. That would be cool. I'm pretty sure I've looted this building or one like it before, and it's just like, I don't know, paper, you know? It's nothing even remotely interesting. Even if you were trying to collect money or gold, I don't think there is any, or at least there wasn't in a bank, which always kind of confused me. I always thought there was good opportunity for that. Like, I think a lot of people, they're like, oh, the end of the world, apocalypse, I'm gonna, you know, I'm surrounded by zombies, I'm just gonna go and take all the money out of the bank. Easy. And so I feel like this game should reward that in some way. You know, obviously it's not meaningful from a gameplay perspective, but I can definitely see people who enjoy playing the game for the story to enjoy there being some basically meaningless reward inside of the bank. Just my 2 cents, though. Just my 2 cents. Really doesn't matter. Wouldn't have any gameplay effect to put a bunch of gold bars or a bunch of cash inside the bank. Just a cool idea I think would be interesting. Well, I'm happy with what we've gone through today. I feel a little bit more secure that our mall home is not absolutely completely surrounded by zombies, since we've actually started going through every single nook and cranny in that strip mall building over there. We didn't finish it. There's still some more shops there and more work to be done, and obviously we didn't really go through the entirety of that bank, but it's progress nonetheless. Alright, well, thanks friends for joining me today. I'm Juniper. Hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye now.